can easily read it up.
Okay.
I have read it.
Yes.
Read a lot of pregnancy books and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But is this kind of question you always like someone to talk to you about
it, right?
Can you tell me a little bit more about the process of fertilization?
The man and the woman would have to unite in a matrimonial way through an activity called sexual intercourse. And during this sexual intercourse is when the man ejaculates or releases his own semen, which carries his genetic material. And like you would see in this video below us that, for instance, when sperms are being released, now they are traveling within the uterine, the vagina.
Yes.
And a lot of them get killed by the acidity in the environment. You see all of them being bent away.
Yes.
And some of them still get active and travel. Yes. Some of them they are caught up within some grooves within, valleys within the vagina.
Absolutely.
And then they will later travel, or they will stay there forever and die. And then the cervix opens up because there's ovulation happening. And you can see the sperms going through. And as the sperms are going through, they are climbing up into the cervix, into the uterine. And as they reach into the uterine area, they would experience other form of kind of opposition.
At every stage.
Yes, at every stage there's opposition. And you see that some of them get trapped, some of them get coiled up and then trapped, and they can't move anymore. But some of these sperm still proceed and have traveled their journey. Few thousands of them. As they enter the uterine wall contracts. You see, it's moving these sperm cells faster to help them reach their depth. But there are cells that are lying down. Some of the cells mistake and think that these sperms are germs, and they swallow the sperms and kill them. And you can see this particular one is being swallowed.
Yes.
Exactly. So it's never going to make it. It's being killed by the woman vaginal cells. And the few now divide into the two fallopian tube, the left fallopian tube and the right fallopian tube. And inside one of these fallopian tube is where the egg is. And wherever the egg is, it's just sitting down, they're waiting. But the fallopian tube has got hair-like structures that are pushing these sperms back. And the sperms are trying to swim. Some of them also get trapped within these cells, these hair-like structures. And then they never make it. But the chemicals that are in the fallopian tube activate the sperm and makes it even travel faster towards the direction of the egg. And as it goes faster, it arrives, it looks for where the egg is. Yes. And there lies the egg. The egg is covered with tiny cells.
Wow.
And then it penetrates between these two tiny cells to reach the membrane of the egg. And once it gets into the membrane of the egg, it is ready to fertilize. And right now you can see it has gone into the membrane of the egg and it is ready to fertilize. And once it unites with the egg, the rest of the sperms fall off or trap or die. And the zygote is formed. And they start dividing and move towards to the uterine wall for implantation. So you see the genetic materials now come together, and here the DNA of the woman and the DNA of the man unite and become a single DNA, and that becomes the child DNA, unique child DNA that will be formed. So half of the DNA from the mother, half of the DNA from the woman, and they unite, and these two unite and become the one. And that is the DNA of the child, which is so different from that of the mother and different from that of the father.
Wow.
Yeah. So that is fertilization for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
It is.
Thank you.
Yep. I believe, having seen such a video, you would see, understand, and appreciate the process that happens.
It's just about appreciating now.
Yeah.
I appreciate.
You do?
The process.
It's a lot that goes in.
Yes.
Your body does a lot. Your body. And you imagine you traveling. If you're not being killed by acidic environment, some cells are not consuming you. If you're not being trapped in somewhere, if something is not, some cells are not pushing some fluid to prevent you from coming, but you have been able to win against all these odds.
All odds.
And that is
sometimes we come into this world, we don't have as much odds as we had fighting to.
I agree. That's true.
To meet that egg.
That egg. Yep. That's true.
Thank you so much for this.
You're welcome.
I mean, like I said to you, we read about these things, but it's different when someone is telling you about it, when you
True.
are getting an explanation, a visual explanation.
That's
like
right.
you read about it, but it doesn't really stick. So thank you for this explanation.
You're welcome.
And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video.
That's right. Bye.
Bye.